Hey there, welcome to my channel. Since my first island tour video, I've always received comments asking what my designer code is, because people seem to have an interest in my ground designs for my island pathways, but at the time of uploading my first New Horizons video, I honestly didn't expect people to be interested in my designs, so I never put an effort into posting anything until today. At first, I'd only post the design if someone asked, but since I have nearly 500 hours played in this game, I'm looking for other creative outlets. And creating custom designs is my current obsession at the moment. As I access my posted designs, feel free to write down my creator ID, which is located in the bottom left corner, and I'll also include it down in the description below. So my most requested designs have always been my GBW Path, Gray Black White Path, which is the main pathway design in my town center area. My theme park flooring is number 2, and my old Zen garden flooring is number 3, which is now my observatory flooring. So I mentioned earlier I've been on a bit of a design spree and have been extremely motivated to create custom designs for each of my villagers. What I mean by that is I create a custom flooring for the front of each of my villagers' homes, and the best example is probably the one you see right now is Snake's custom floor, which is actually his face. So if you're interested, please take note of the design ID, and I'll also leave a list in the description below of each of my design IDs. My ultimate plan is to create each of my villagers' faces, and I'll also take requests in the near future, but as of now, Snake is the only one that's complete. But my other 9 villagers have floor designs that are unique patterns that portray their traits as well as portray the aesthetics of their home, so you'll see those later on. So I have about 10 total. Back to Snake. Since he's a ninja, I thought that would be really funny if I did a left and right version of his face as well, to kind of mimic those crazy ninja jutsus or show off ninja speed by making it look like there's multiple of him. But yeah, sorry, I watch a lot of ninja movies and anime and Naruto, but just like the beginning of my video, I'll show off what the actual design looks like by doing a little PIP or picture-in-picture and show off the front of each of my villagers' homes. So if there's a specific villager that you want to see, I'll add some timestamps in the description below, or maybe as a pinned comment, whatever is easier to see. So this is one of those rare videos where looking at the description will benefit you a lot. The rest of my villager floor designs won't be as long as Snake's little video right here, so it'll go by fairly quickly. And for those of you out there who may be new to the game, these designs can also be used on the ground, displayed as artwork, or even turned into articles of clothing. The next villager design that I'll be going over is Octavian, who's a red cranky octopus. As mentioned earlier, the designs are inspired by their traits as well as their homes. Some are really simple, and others like Snake's are a bit more complex, but ideally one day, as I said in the beginning of the video, I hope to create a portrait of each villager. And Octavian is one of those rare villagers in my town who doesn't really have a front yard. There's actually a soccer field in his front yard, but he is the only one with a backyard on my island, including myself. I do not have a backyard, I just have a giant front yard. So good for Octavian. The next villager is Cookie, who's one of the most popular dog species in the game, and as you can tell, she loves pink, and in this game she favors the cute furniture theme, so I included some hearts in her design. Other than that, I made it pretty simple design for her, but it does portray her likes and personality. Well, at least to me it does. And we're gonna move on to the next villager. One of my personal favorites. Well, everyone on my island now is a favorite. Thank goodness I got rid of all those uglies like Becky. But anyway, Bones is next, and I receive a lot of comments regarding Bones, and he is highly sought after. The design that I went for focused on one of his most distinguishing features, and that's his brown spot on his eye. So I lazily created a custom floor that highlights that spot, but I did trace the outlines a bit to make it pop a bit, so that's pretty much all I did, and I think it looks good. So moving on, we have another crowd favorite. It's Felicity the cat. If you're new to my channel, or at least new to my Animal Crossing videos, I've mentioned that I have a lot of peppy villagers, and many of them like pink, so I tried to limit myself to 2 designs that have pink in them, and Felicity is the cutoff. Her interior is actually all outdoor furniture and a grass floor, so getting inspiration from that would have been really tough since I'm making a ground that's outside. So I used colors from her character model and her house, or the aesthetics of her house, to come up with that little pattern. If you haven't noticed, making tiled patterns is really simple in this game, and as time goes on, I hope to make them more elaborate, but for now, I really wanted to give each villager home its own identity, and using the terracotta or the stone design or the brick, it got a little bit bland, so that's what truly inspired today's video. But moving on to Stitch's design, it's really self-explanatory if you've seen him. I tried to copy most of his pattern, and I think it turned out pretty good, and this actually ended up being one of my favorite floors that I've created. For the next villager, I didn't give him much justice with his design. In the next week, I'll be working really hard to improve it though, but this villager is on every single top 10 list of favorite villagers, and he's one of the most stylish, so I'll definitely make his portrait soon and a better floor, but it's Marshall the Smug Squirrel. Most of the colors from his design come from a mix of his character and house model. The color scheme is as close as possible to his home, while there's a purple outline that pays homage to the color of his inner ear. Other than that, I'll be working on this project for the next week or so. And my timing was horrendous for that one. I didn't think it'd go so fast, but we have Sprinkle the Penguin next. Her design is really simple. She's a bright blue penguin. So I made a bright blue floor with some really bad snowflakes. I think those were stars and I kind of smudged them while designing it. But Sprinkle needs more, man. I really messed that one. The next design is really simple as well too, and it's for Cherry the dog, who happens to be black and red, hence her amazing floor that I'm going to show right now. With that said though, there's nothing wrong with simplicity, so if you make really simple designs, you could end up with a really beautiful island still. You don't have to have complex pieces of art. Most of us don't have the skill of Da Vinci. You know, there are a handful of those amazing people who can draw on a Nintendo Switch or even a DS, but I'm definitely not one of those people. But my plan for each of these villagers is to use these current floors as a bit of a frame, and I'll have each portrait in the center. So when I finish Cherries, it's going to be amazing one day. Next up, we have Carmen, who is a brown and white rabbit with bits of teal. I'm kind of colorblind in the green-blue hue, but maybe mint? Well, some sort of green-blue detail. So her flooring is inspired by those colors, and I tried my best to stray away from that 4 square tile pattern you've seen in a lot of my villagers' homes, and I love how her floor just pops. Well, that concludes showcasing the ground/floor design for my 10 villagers, but I do have some other designs that I'd like to share. Many random people have asked me for these designs as well, and I'm finally putting them up there because on my island there's a huge outdoor concert venue hidden between canyons and waterfalls, and I have a few music notes that lead to that path, so here are the music note designs. And the pink and blue one is actually for the piano in my town square, so I threw that one in there as well. Here's a blue path. That's just a different version of that GBW path. If the design codes are going by a little too fast, just remember in the description down below there's a full list of everything you saw here today. And my newest path is actually for my barbecue. It's actually not a path, but a little platform for my barbecue area next to my community pool. If you haven't seen that pool, check out my last island tour video. But if you want to wait, this Friday I'm gonna have an updated island tour video. I've revamped so many parts of my island, and I'm so excited to show that off because I finally am getting into growing hybrids, and I have that whole section partitioned and it looks amazing. And lastly, here's my BFI flag. The beach face island flag for every single beach face who lives on beach face, especially that beach face right there. So that pretty much wraps up everything that I've uploaded to my designer ID page, but for those interested, let's take a look one last time at what my page looks like. Once again, my creator ID is located on the bottom left. And for those who just want to see my entire catalog, that is the easiest route to take. But for those who are selective or picky, I know there's a great handful of you out there. Check out the description of this video for the design IDs, and you can pick and choose whatever you want to your little heart's desire. Other than that, I'll have a new Animal Crossing video uploaded by Friday, and my usual tech-related unboxings, gaming videos will be uploaded on either Tuesday or Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to check out these others that have popped up by now. And if you really enjoyed hanging out with me today, please consider subscribing to be the first to know when I upload something new or even host an Animal Crossing Open Gate stream. I'll see everybody soon. Please stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Bye.